In this 8th segment, Andrew speaks to the inclusion of the 15 and Fairness campaign despite the exclusion of it from the workplace review.
So the more people that we can get on board with the conversation going, it's really helpful that they know. It helped them because they can go back to their own kitchen table and talk to their friends and family about it. And if they're not impacted by any of these weakening labor law, but they know of a neighbor next door that are struggling, then they're able to support them when it comes to this campaign. So it's a good thing, but it seemed like we're running out of time faster. At first we thought we have time, and then suddenly we're running out of time. And who knows, as I said, by the spring, we could be looking at them legislating this, right? And
I was surprised when you said it's been going on for 2 years. I only heard about it not that long ago.
Yeah, it launched first, and then we had like community group, labor, everyone at the big table meeting with small meetings with the 2 advisors first to look at the process they're going to take to move forward. And what they said to us at one of those meetings that this review will not look at $15 and fairness. It will not look at the minimum wage. But we didn't want to walk away with them saying, okay, the minimum wage is not a part of this, so we don't take it on. What we acknowledge that rather than the campaign saying we're fighting for $15, it says 15 and fairness. So we look at what are the fairness side of it. And under that is a number of employment standard issues that impact those workers. If you're working low wages, it means you might be working somewhere where 1, you don't have protection. 2, you don't have sick days. You could be one of those workers out there that are disabled and not covered. You could be an original person that, again, with changes of technology, you're not provided the level of training, education to get up to it. So there's a large area that we look at to say we have to continue talking about 15 and fairness. If employers out there exploiting people with wages, then it means that there's other area that they're struggling. So that is really important for us to keep pounding away. Every time we go to one of these meetings, when the deputation, people are encouraged to make sure that they continue talking about the 15 and fairness. That was an area where labor also reached out to heads of union to say you could take on, endorse that campaign, take on the underground fight with it if you haven't done so yet, to make sure that you're involved in the campaign. The more of us doing it, the more they're seeing that labor is not just looking out for themselves, but really looking at the bigger picture of worker on a whole that are struggling out there. Then that is important. So we don't want to leave anybody behind. For the 15 and fairness, when they talk about what's fair for non-union worker, they also had into it around contract flipping. They also had into it about workers' protection, which include unionization, because it's a bigger picture of you could fight for $15 now, and 6 months down the road, the employer take it back. If you're in a collective agreement where you do that, then somebody is bargaining for you. It's easier where you have something that's done and sign off, and you can hold on to it. With other employment standard area that you can look at. So it's a once in a generation opportunity. If we let it go, maybe another 20 years we're looking back wondering, where did we stop? Where did we fall short? We have senior people coming out, retirees that come in to tell their own story of how they retire, wave goodbye to their co-workers, but they're somewhere else working because they're retired and poor. So those are some of the areas.